Hey everybody, this is Dan God of Thunder coming to you with the 5.2 Smite patch notes. I guess they're titling it Legend of the Foxes or some crap. Let's dive bomb right in. First batch of new skins they're releasing. This is the suspiciously not Eevee Ratatoskr skin. There's 4 forms of it. I think if I remember hearing right, they're going to have one form every couple of patches available. Or something. Either way, it's Nintendo, thanks for not suing us. Fanservice Daji and Fanservice Amaterasu. Okay. I mean, I like my Japanese fetish fuel as much as the next guy, but I don't think this is the place for it. I mean, it gets the money and it ultimately doesn't hurt the game's balance, so I'm not going to complain too much. But I don't really feel like they needed to be in there. These skins, all 3 of these are pretty cool. This is a really nice kind of like a upgrade on Cerberus. The new Discordia skin's kind of cool. And the Ragnarok Hades is kind of like him on steroids mixed with the Fire Giant. You know, nothing over the top or fancy, but you know, they're not bad. These 2 skins I'm actually a big fan of. I think the Najaz skin's concept is pretty cool. From what I remember hearing, some of the artwork, the spriting is very lazy. Hopefully they'll fix that. That was just what I heard secondhand though. And DJ Om Ganesha, I still think Daft Trunk was what Ron Jobert said. I think that's still a better name, but hey, whatever. Mastery skins and Cerberus and Hades, okay. Legend of the Foxes, new adventure. I've never been a big fan of the adventures. I feel like they need to either kind of test concepts that they can use in Conquest, or for new gods, or for new items, or otherwise I don't feel like they have a point, or even for other game modes. But whatever, you know, with so much stuff that needs to be done in the main game mode, I think it's disappointing that they are focusing so much on these auxiliary modes. But what are you gonna do? Speaking of fixing the main game mode, God Balance. Ares is getting some love. His shackles are doing more damage to minions. His bolstered defenses is also getting a utility buff. It's up more often, you can use it more. Not that big of a deal. Ares still has pretty shit clear, and you really don't want to focus using the shackles to clear out waves. Okay? Bolster defenses being up constantly is nice. He's still going to be an aggressive guardian. He's still going to 100 to 0 squishies no matter what. That's his kind of gameplay style. Still a fun god. Still kind of the go-to support if you don't really want to support, but you got stuck in the role and you're not interested in playing a traditional defensive-minded support. Neith is getting a little bit of love. She's doing 3 more damage at level 1. She'll do 7 more damage at level 20. Thor is getting a 2-second cooldown on Berserker Barrage. Ironically, despite my username, I am the worst Thor player known to man. This can only help. He's going to use a lot more mana now, but not a bad thing. Like, he's going to do a lot more of the double tap. If you can make Thor work, this is a good change. This is going to help him clear. If you're me, this doesn't matter. Speaking of gods, I am shite at. Vulcan is getting an extra 10% off the meatball. I found it really amusing that they actually called it meatball in the patch note show. But, buff there. That was an odd audio glitch. Item balance. This is hurting the Dominant Hunter build right now in Season 5. Just not enough. Deathbringer is still 40 power. It's still going to be the dominant crit item because it's simultaneously the best item to enable your crits, and it also buffs your crits. So with these 2 factors in mind, Deathbringer is going to be first. 3,000 gold is not high enough to deter that style, and I think Hi-Rez is keeping a cap on it. I know this is kind of a short video. This is going to be where I'm going to focus most of my attention to. But Deathbringer at 40 doesn't matter. Even with only, I thought it was going to be more than, I thought they did some other stuff to the Aussie. I'll get to that later. 10 damage to Deathbringer is irrelevant. Because it's your best crit item, compare it to Rage. A current Deathbringer out of the gate comes with 15% more crit. It amps your crits by 25%, and it has 10 more power over Rage. Rage will get to 35% critical hit chance after jumping through a bunch of hoops. By the time that you get it, there's no way you're going to get 5 kills or assists by the time that you can get 600 gold. Whatever it is, 700 gold. I think Rage is 23 to 2400. Either way, it's irrelevant. You're going to get Deathbringer. You want Deathbringer 10 times over 10 out of Rage, and I feel like that's not healthy. When the best item to make your crits powerful as an auto attack hunter is also the same item that helps enable you getting a lot of crits. That needs to change. It hasn't changed, and until that changes, I think the meta is shit for hunters. Devil's Glove getting a 200 gold increase. That is a good change. It makes it much more of an interesting decision between that and Transcendence. It kind of indirectly buffs Trans and the attack speed pen builds. Not really game-breaking. You're still going to want Devil's Gloves. It's just going to be a little bit longer to get it. 5 pen on Aussie, who cares? Talisman of Energy, they're making it so you get the full effects, but over 5 stacks instead of 10. Good change. I think Talisman of Energy is interesting. It's kind of a cool niche item if you've got a lot of magic on the other team, and simultaneously kind of don't know what you want. That's kind of where I've been finding it. I think as time goes on, we'll see a better role for Talisman of Energy defined, and I'm interested to see how players more skilled than I am use this item. Midgardian Mail, 10 more physical protection. Good, especially with the crit being the meta. Needs it. Atalanta's Bow, irrelevant. I still think Atalanta's Bow is garbage. I think the idea of... They called it Utility Hunter. There's only one utility that hunters should really bring to the table, and that's damage. I don't know. They don't really have anything that facilitates it, like Poison Star a little bit, but outside of that, there's really no, like, utility hunters are bringing. I think the bigger point, so if you're just interested in what the changes are and my quick take on them, you can stop the video here. For those of you who want a little more, keep going. I think the bigger change is what they didn't really buff or nerf in this patch. I think a lot of things were very obviously busted. A lot of things were very obviously useless. Especially with Lifesteal. I feel like Typhon's Fang probably should have gotten a price increase to 3,000. Or cut to some of its power. Maybe 80 power would have been reasonable for that. Bancross is very strong, but I think it's because of Typhon's Fang. I'm trying to think of other items, like Freya is currently still first pick, first ban. She is currently busted in this meta, given how it works. Maybe they've got a bigger, long-term plan in the works, but hard to be enthusiastic right now about that. Maybe, I feel like, I'm not sure what the change should have been. Maybe reduce the inherent lifesteal from 15 to 10% that Freya has. That might have helped. I'm not saying that they should have nerfed any of these things into the ground, but I feel like the fact that they didn't even address it kind of implies to me they don't view these as problems, which is really disconcerting. Especially with this double mage. I'm hearing allegedly double mage is very good. Mages have crazy sustain now, which needs to get toned down. I feel like there should be more to damage-oriented mage rather than lifesteal. Lifesteal does not give up that much. It only gives up about, last I checked, 60 to 80 power to have tons and tons of sustain over a damage counterpart with a Ratatouille. So, we'll see where things go. Hopefully, this is a small patch in preparation for something much, much bigger. And we're going to see a much different meta by the time that the SPL rolls around. If you like videos like this, click the thumbs up button. Make sure to subscribe. Catch me live on Twitch doing stuff like this, playing Smite, screaming at the game, and doing some other stuff, speedruns, casual games, whatever the heck I feel like, at twitch.tv/DanGodOfThunder. Thank you guys for watching, take care, and I'll see you all next time.